Okay, the main problem I see in your defense right now is our inability to push up two defenders at once. This is so important. Why is this important? Well, I'll show you. When you push up one defender at once, solely, so we take him from here up to here, this creates space and gaps. However, if we can learn to push him up simultaneously with him, we maintain a line of defense that allows us to minimize the gaps. So when you push one up and not the other, it leaves gaps. If you push both up at once, it leaves no gaps because of the line. And the way you do that is right stick switching, second man press, okay? And what you're wanting to focus on is, instead of just pushing one guy up at a time, which is what you do. So you pushing this guy up just by himself. But you want to run up, then switch to this one, second man press. Why? Because while you're running with one, you need the other one to push up with you. So you're running up, you're switching with the right stick and second man press, and then start running up with him. So when you second man press, the initial runner is now running up with you, and then you change again. Now you've run up with this defender, you're now switching back to this one and running up to the ball, and you're second man pressing, so that when you're running with this one, you have this one, second man pressing. And this is how you push two defenders up simultaneously, in this position, in this position. And that's how you keep a line and minimize gaps. Okay? If you do this, then you're focused on the line itself, and the angle of run is more like this with this one, and you're running up with him so that they're like this. Make sense?
Yes.
So yes, it's important, and I'll show you why this is important, because of this scenario. Your ability to push two defenders up at once is going to be a game changer for you in the defense. Why? Because in any scenario, it can be helpful. In this scenario, we should be running up with this guy halfway and then switching to him and running to the other option. This is how pro players push up and pressure the ball carrier whilst cutting off their only central option. And this is how you can squeeze them off the ball, because if we can cut the ball and his only passing option, the two defenders are in a line, they've cut off the ball, they've cut off the option, you squeeze him off the ball, he has nowhere to go. That's how you do that in this scenario. Of course, what I've told you before is right stick switching. It's so important. To ensure that you have the accuracy, make sure you're focusing on the defenders when you're switching, because the trouble is people focus on the ball and then they use that as the pivot point to switch from, and that's what causes the mistakes and the miss switches. You want to focus on trying to push up with the two at the same time, and that's going to help you push up and suffocate. This is a hard movement to do. This is a hard technique to do, but if you can perfect it, your ability to defend at high levels will be, it'll be improved by tenfold. And that is how pro players are able to push up two defenders at once. They're using second man press and they're using right stick switching. Any questions?
Just one question. In this example, it's a little simple, because I should move forward with Alessandro and then right switch to Baresi,
Yep.
and then both press. But in the previous one, you mentioned that I have to switch back. So I switch one, press, switch back and run, and then switch, come back to in that case was Makalele.
Yeah, mainly so that they. I mean, obviously depends how far. It obviously depends how far you are away from the ball. You're quite close here, so I think by the time you did that, you wouldn't need to switch. Sorry. Because you were further away from the ball up here, it would take multiple switches to run them up together. Because if you just run up together and second and press. Oh, what I'm trying to say is, you run him up, then you switch to him so that you can run the closest option. But once he gets close to the ball, you need to reselect to tackle manually. What I was trying to say there is second man press, is not good to do the tackling for you. You need to manually do it. So something like an L1 or a right stick switch back to this guy to manually tackle. Once he's up close to this ball and he's covered, that's when the re-switch takes place. Make sense?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So I come back in order that I can make the tackle. I understand. Yes.
Yes. All right.